So Kentwood's 2023 season starts off with All My Sons, which opens on January 20th. This is the classic Arthur Miller play. It is the age-old struggle of profit over people. It's a classic story. It's an award-winning play. It's a beautiful story. And we actually did this show back, I think it was 1974. I was not part of the theater at that time, but I'm really, really thrilled that we're doing it again because it's just it's a very moving and beautiful play. It's a tough story, but it's an important one and it needs to be shared. And so it's time for us to share it again. So that's our January show. That is directed by Ben Lupejkis, who is a longtime member. He's also a past president. I think we have a really wonderful season. And of course, the one thing I want to mention is the way that Kentwood works is we have a rolling season as far as our subscribers work. So if you come to a show at Kentwood and you decide right then you want to pay for a subscription, we'll start your subscription that night and you'll get that performance, that show, and the next 5 shows. So our subscriptions, you never have to wait to subscribe. You can subscribe at any show at any time. But we have a really exciting season coming up in 23, and it's going to be great. So I think, we're trying to do so much with our season. Of course, we're always focused on entertaining our audiences. That is first and foremost, but we're also trying to, enrich our audiences and present diverse messages and really also challenge our audiences to think about things. I think that, with All My Sons, especially with Rent, these are plays, and Spectre Calls as well. These are plays that hopefully the audience will come away from thinking about something maybe a little bit differently than they thought about it before, or they'll just be moved. But really, we want to entertain our audiences. We want to entertain new people who haven't been to our theater before, that maybe, come to see one of our shows because they love Rent, or they love Ken Ludwig, or they love A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, or they have to do a book report about Arthur Miller. Hopefully we'll bring people in for every possible option and have them come away feeling like they have had a fulfilling evening. That's the goal. We're a great place to be. It's a great place to be, and I would love others to come and join us. Theaters like Kentwood, and there are many, I think we're all in the same position, where, when you put on a production, there are costs involved. There are costs involved with royalties and with the rental of the music, and with the production costs, and paying for costumes, paying for sets, all of that kind of thing. And as everyone knows, when we reopened with after COVID, one thing we've learned is, unfortunately, even if we were to have a full house every night, we would just barely get by. And I think this is true for all theaters, community theaters like Kentwood, that unfortunately the nature of reality is that we cannot survive on our main stage productions alone. We need donation support. We need sponsorship support. We need that support so that we can thrive, and also expand the choice of plays that we do so that we can pull in new and diverse audience members, tell stories that we haven't told before. And so all of those things, we really need support from the community, from anyone that is in a situation where they can assist. And I do want to mention also that we do have sponsorships for all of our shows and for the production of 9 to 5. I mean, we request sponsorships for all of our shows, I should say. And for 9 to 5, we have a local business, the Collins Law Group, who is sponsoring this production, which is just amazing for us. They actually have also, with their sponsorship, they get one performance that's all theirs. So they are getting that, which we are really excited about. But that is the kind of support that will help our theater thrive and be able to kind of stretch our creative juices, if you will, and reach out and do new things that our surrounding communities want to see and want to experience, besides just what we do for our audiences. And we're always looking for new audiences. We always need new audiences. We always need to speak to new communities that we haven't spoken to before. That's just, I think that's really the main goal of any theater, is to share stories of people who need to have their stories shared. That's why we need donation support, sponsorship support, membership support, so that we can continue to stretch and tell those other stories. Hi, this is Alison Boole. I am the current president of Kentwood Players. So I really hope that you come see our shows. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Please consider donating and subscribing to either Kentwood Players or your local community theater. It is a valuable piece of our culture, and we can't lose community theater.